Welcome, sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy. My husband is Paul. We're so happy you've joined us today. You know, so many times on our frugal journey, Paul and I get asked, why are you still being frugal? You retired, you're debt-free, you have money in the bank. Why aren't you spending down? Why aren't you living life? Why aren't you taking that money and going overseas or doing whatever people think that you should be doing with your money? And Paul and I look at them and we say, we are enjoying life. We love what we do. We are enjoying our day-to-day activities. No, they may not be extravagant, but they're what we enjoy. No excuses on our part. What do you all think? Is there a point on your frugal journey where you say, okay, I've reached that finish line. I'm done being frugal? We honestly don't think so. There will be milestones in everyone's frugal journey. If you are saving up to pay off all your debt, or maybe you want to retire early, or you want to buy a car with cash, or pay off your mortgage, those are all milestones on the frugal journey. Those milestones, those wins of what you've accomplished are not the end. They're just a point along your journey. A great point, a wonderful point, but a point nonetheless. What you're basically saying when you hit those milestones, we've done it. This frugal journey is paying off. We are seeing results. This is really working. The frugal journey is ongoing. Merriam-Webster Dictionary describes frugal as careful management of material resources, especially money. Well, heck yeah, that's exactly how we want to be. Being frugal is basically a lifestyle, as most of you know, where you put off instant gratification, instant buying when you see it. Right now, I want this. And in exchange, you're exchanging those things that are not very important to you. They're impulse purchases. And you're replacing them with long-term financial stability. It's basically a lifestyle of priorities. What can I live without? What can Paul and I live without? When we go to buy something and it's a want, can I live without this? Because I know for a fact we want to go back to Carolina in June. And there's going to be gas and there's going to be food and we're going to want to do some maintenance on the house, things like that. That's a priority to us. So no, I don't need that impulse purchase right now. Guess what? I can live without it. We are really prudent about what we buy. And we also are really careful about not wasting things, whether it be money, whether it be food, resources, whatever it is. We're always trying to be on top of that. And people look at us and say, why? Why? Because along our life's journey, we don't have to worry about the what ifs. We can enjoy what is important to us. Now, a while ago, our in-laws gave us a bird bath. If you remember, those of you who follow us, when they couldn't use theirs anymore, they couldn't maintain it because you got to change the water and clean it every day. They offered it to us. We now have something in our life that was given to us for free. We didn't really know we wanted one. We kept this little bird bath out of the landfill. My father-in-law was going to throw it away, and of course we took it. I got to tell you the joy that we have had with this little bird bath. Never be too proud. If someone offers you something for free and you can use it, now don't just take it and put it in a closet unless you can use it later on. But don't be too ashamed. There's no excuses. Somebody's going to throw something out. They offer it to you. You snag that if you think you can use it. Let me just show you a quick snippet of how much joy that bird bath has given us. We don't know if it's the same bird, but every day this robin comes and bathes in our bath. The squirrels come to drink. It's been such a blessing. For free. Again, we didn't have to put a penny out. Another way we save and still focus on what is important to us and our priorities is by trying to do a lot of DIYs ourselves. One of the ways we DIY is with Dixie Belle, our little dog. Pets are expensive. Pets are expensive between food and if they need to be groomed and bathed and all this stuff. Well, we have found a way to take care of Dixie's grooming ourselves. Now, again, every dog would not be so inclined to this, and you know your dog or your pet, but let me show you what I mean. Dixie is getting her spring trim. As you can see, she loves it. She is such a chill little dog. Not every dog will be this gracious when it comes to a grooming session at home, but she really loves it. This is just such a really great way to save money. She wanted to be partly in the sun and partly out. We keep maneuvering her to make sure we get the whole body done. She, as you can see, just loves this. You like your new haircut? People ask, why do you do that? Why don't you just bring her to the groomer? Well, it's easy for us to do it this way. It saves us a ton of money. And the most important reason is because she's calm. She is not stressed out. And another thing that Paul does is he power washes our home himself. Now, when I talk to you about doing DIYs, I always add this. You only do what you know you can do. You never put yourself in any kind of harm's way, physical or otherwise. But you know what you're capable of doing. I could not power wash the house. The house needed it. He got out his power washer and did it. Let me show you.
One of the ways I like to save money is to do projects around the house myself. I use this power washer to clean the entire house off after the winter time. It's amazing how dirty and dull the house gets. I also power washed our cement walkway and steps and our deck just to get that winter mold off, and it makes it nice and bright and clean. Now, the way I got this machine, a friend of mine needed some radio work done on his boat, so I installed the radio and antenna, and in return, he gave me this machine. Learning to barter is a great frugal way to save money.
So Paul was actually able to barter for our power washer for the house. Paul went to school for electronics, electricity, and he's also a licensed amateur radio. What are you? Tell them.
Licensed amateur radio operator, general class.
Okay, so that means he can work two-way radios, ham radios. Are they one and the same?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. A friend needed one installed on his boat. So Paul was able to bless him with that by putting it in for him. And the gentleman in turn gave him the power washer. Bartering is another great way. Now, people may look at us and say, are you kidding? Why would you do that? Just go buy one. Why? Why would we buy one? Paul was able to give something and get something, and it worked perfectly. Again, we're not making excuses. This is how it is. But I'm going to say with bartering, you make sure that you know what you're getting. You make sure the person, if they are doing any kind of work for you, is qualified, licensed. You don't just let anyone in the home, but you know all that. Paul and I basically look for ways to save money any way we can. And food stores are a great way to start. Our local Acme was running a super special. They were giving away 500 free points, and you could take those free points and turn them into food purchases. Paul and I made a trip to Acme, and look what we got for $5. Our local Acme was running a promotion. You clipped a coupon, and after your next shopping trip, and it could be as simple as one item that you're buying, they gave you 500 points. And those points are converted into food items. So with those 500 points, I got a free 4-pound bag of sugar for 200 points. For 100 points, I got the sour cream. And for 200 points, I got the butter. Here's my 500 points. And then they also had Eggland's cage-free eggs, 2 $1.50 a dozen. So we got 2 of those. So all 5 of these items came to $5, which was the price of the eggs. It's the little things that add up. Take the time, do some research. It's like a DIY for your food budget. Again, people will look at us and say, just go buy steak. What are you doing? If we want a steak, we will buy it. Let me tell you, we will. But 9 out of 10 times, we would love a whole chicken roasted for less money, more meals, and just as delicious. Celebrations are another way that we DIY it. It was our son's birthday and we had family here. We kept it simple. We did chips, dip. I made some hot pretzels and we had mustard. We did pizza, a giant salad. And then for dessert, the crowning jewel. We're going to share a recipe with you now. I promise you, this will be a complete and utter crowd pleaser. Graduation parties, birthday parties, Memorial Day, 4th of July, throughout your summer. Now, I know there are a lot of variations on this recipe. We're just showing you ours, as we always say. And guess who is going to make a special appearance? Brother Sam. Those of you who have been with us know my brother Sam is a fun part of this channel. So let's get into the kitchen. I am so excited to share this recipe with you today. I asked our son what kind of cake he wanted for his birthday. And he said, Mom, I want one of your trifles. I was so happy he picked this. We haven't had it in so long. I am using a couple shortcuts, but that's okay. I am starting with an angel food cake I made. I know a lot of people use pound cake. That's fine too. We just love the angel food cake with the cream and the strawberries and the pudding. So delicious. I'm going to be making a 5.1 ounce package of instant pudding mix. And like I said, I know you're probably saying make your own pudding, but really it's okay. No worries. This is vanilla, but you can use whatever flavor you want. I have 2 pounds of beautiful strawberries. We're going with the strawberry trifle today. And then I have heavy whipping cream. A lot of people use Cool Whip. We are not a fan. I would much rather have real whipped cream. And this is basically all we need to make this really delicious, fun dessert. I also have a clear bowl. I used to have a trifle dish. Trifle dish, it's got the pedestal and you can see all the way around. It's very, very beautiful. But I have this big giant glass bowl and we're gonna make it look just as beautiful in this. Use what you have. First thing I'm going to do is take our angel food cake out of the pan and I'm going to cube it just into bite-sized pieces. The cake is all cut up into little bite-sized pieces. Now we're going to take these beautiful strawberries. I am going to wash them. I'm going to remove the stem and I am going to slice them, I don't know, into 1/4 inch thick slices. I am going to leave a couple whole for the top. I picked these 3 strawberries out of the basket and I'm going to put those aside because they're just beautiful. I want to use those for the top of the trifle. You can see how great I am coring and stemming these. Let me show you my hack. I have a paper straw here. All I do is take the strawberry, go in through the bottom, come up through the top, gently give it a push, pops right off, pull it out. Look at that. How easy is that? I'll show you another one. These strawberries are gorgeous. Come up through the bottom, push up through the top, comes right off, and you have a perfectly cored and stemmed strawberry. So I'm going to continue on with these, and then we will slice them up. The first layer in our trifle, because that's what a trifle is, it's a layered dessert. I am going to put a bunch of pieces of this delicious angel food cake down. Then I'm going to take strawberries that we just cut, and I am going to put them along the edge with the point facing up. I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. Just like this, all around the outside of the bowl. What this is going to do is just give it a real pretty look once we put the pudding in. So I am just going to go around the outside and do the berries this way. I made the vanilla pudding according to the recipe on the box. Now I am just going to put in half of the pudding. So I just put one layer of the pudding, and I am going to take the rest and I'm going to put it aside for a minute. And I am then going to whip up my whipped cream. I'm going to make the whipped cream now. I've got a cup of heavy cream and then another cup of heavy cream. 2 cups total. I'm going to whip this about 3/4 of the way. Keep an eye on it. It turns to butter fairly quickly. So you can see this is soft peaks right now. I am going to add just about 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. That's it. I do not want this super sweet. And then about 1/2 tablespoon or so of vanilla. This will just take it over the top. We're going to continue whipping it. This was literally 20 seconds later. Look at that. Now we have some really good whipped cream. Now I'm going to take that whipped cream and I am just going to put it right over that pudding mix. Only half of it though. We don't want all of it. Go right up to the strawberries if you can. This is such an easy dessert, but it is so elegant. It is so delicious. And I don't know anyone who doesn't love it. What I do if I make it for 4th of July is I use blueberries and strawberries. So it gives it that 4th of July patriotic look, which I love. So here we go. You can see how it's stacking up. Now I'm going to put another layer of cake. So we have our layer of cake. And now I'm going to put a layer of strawberries around the edge again. If this is too daunting, then just take the strawberries and put them in the middle. It's a birthday party, so I just want to make it look festive. It only takes a little bit of time. And now I'm just going to put the rest of the strawberries right on top we have left over. And now I'm just going to take the rest of our pudding, put that on top. You're just going to be gentle when you're spreading it around. And again, this was the large package of pudding. This was the 5 ounce. And it looks like it was just a perfect amount for the 2 layers. Now for the final layer, we are going to put on our whipped cream yet again. Nice and gently, we're going to bring it all the way to the edges because when you look at it through the outside, it's going to be so pretty. And you're going to want to bring it up to the edge as close as you can because that is going to give it a beautiful look. Can you see the outside of this? Look at how gorgeous. With these 3 beautiful strawberries, as I'm going to make a fan with each of them. And I'll show you how to do that. And we're going to put those right on top.
So I'm going to try to make a fan out of these strawberries for the decoration for the top of the trifle. So I think I'm going to just cut through a little bit at a time, thin as I can. I'm not cutting all the way through the fruit. I'm just leaving the little crown here attached. Voila.
So he's going to do the other 2, and then we'll show you the finished trifle. So here is our finished trifle. It came out so beautiful. We're kind of debating whether we need to put a strawberry in the middle.
How about a candle?
Oh, that's perfect. That's where we'll put the Bingo. I got a thinker on my hands. Just gorgeous. So we are going to cover this, put it into the refrigerator until our dinner tonight. All right, we got Brother Sam in the house, and he's going to tell us what he thinks of this berry trifle.
Well, I'm here celebrating my nephew's birthday. It's a wonderful affair. And this thing, I really don't know what you call it.
It's
truffle?
a trifle.
It's a fine cake. It's got cream, pudding, and angel food cake, and these enormous looking strawberries. I've never seen strawberries that big. It is a great thing, Emmy, that you created here. You should have been a scientist, a chemist. It is good. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
How beautiful was that dessert? I really encourage you, and it makes a lot. It's a thrifty, elegant, and upscale dessert, and you can use whatever fruit, pudding, cake. Everyone really loves it. I've never had anyone say, nah, that's not for me. Win-win on that one. So we hope you enjoyed this video. We are proud to say that we make no excuses for the way we live. We may not live the way society tells us to, but with the prices today and the inflation today and everything being unknown today, there are always what ifs. What if this happens and we need the money? Or what if that happens and we don't want it to happen and we pray it never does, but if it does, we have that financial security of having that money in the bank to be able to cover those what ifs when they occur. We're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. We're going to ask our question of the day. What do you think? Do you think a frugal journey ever ends? Do you think there's a point in your life where you're going to be like, nah, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Let's just blow the bank, or whatever you may think. Share that down below because we'd love to hear what you think, and the encouragement you share not only enlightens Paul and I, but our viewers as well, and we are so appreciative of that. So we thank you so much for spending this time with us. We ask that you please give this a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Come on in and be part of our frugal family. We would love to have you come back for more videos. We ask you to be well. We ask you to be safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God greatly bless you.